How are you doing, Miss Rebel Kid? Welcome to the Mid-Morning Sip.
Thank you.
Name, by the way, what's the reason behind that name?
Well, it's actually my middle name. It's short for
Okay.
Ahobie, which
Okay.
means the child is stronger than all things. The child can overcome all things. That's what it means.
Oh, that's great. No, that's actually quite fitting because obviously you've got Rebel Kid, and I know you
Yes.
speak a bit about, being someone that doesn't want to conform and that especially in social media. So that's actually a very nice fitting name for you. And thanks for joining me.
Thank
I
you so
really
much.
wanted No problem. I really wanted to have you on, especially this month. I'm celebrating Afro beat women in Afro beats in particular as well.
Awesome. That's
And
awesome.
I know, and I wanted to find out from you what your take is, particularly for the younger females coming into the Afro scene. What changes have you seen, and how have you found your journey so far?
Well, the changes I've seen, first of all, let me start with my journey. Journey has been smooth. A bit like the bumpy sides have been more than the smooth side, but I try to I make the most of whatever I get on the way.
Sure.
The challenges that we face, especially female face in the industry, and I know that younger ones are definitely going to face as they come up, is acceptance. There is more acceptance for the male folks than there is for the females,
Mm,
especially females who are not like mainline females, who are not girly,
mhm.
and all of this is simply because they're hyper sexualized women. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I just lost you. I can hear you.
Yeah. Can you see me now?
Yeah, I can see you now. Yeah.
Awesome. So all of this is simply because women are hypersexualized in the industry. There's a way they want you to look, there's the way they want you to appeal. And I really do
Mm,
not get it because it should be more about your music, even
mm,
though your appearance matters as an artist or as a brand. Yes, your
mm,
appearance matters, but it should be more about the value that you bring into the table, your music. So first things first that I would let anyone know, any female know coming into the scene, is that you're going to get a lot of no's from people. They're going to shatter your table
mhm,
times without number, and that's only to deter you.
mhm,
That's
mhm,
only to make you just take a step back. And
mhm,
trust me, that's because a lot of females are vying for the same spots. They want to get there, they want to get there. But
mm,
just be true to yourself, be true to your brand, be
mm,
true to who you are.
mhm.
I've been the same person I've been over 5 years ago.
Sure.
I was going over my throwback videos and
Yeah.
what I used to do back in the day in school. And somebody
Okay.
was like, wow, Biwam, you've been preaching the same message all this while. I'm like, yeah, I've been the same person, the same hairstyle, the same swag, the same
Say
mindset.
cornrows.
You know, it's been the same person.
Mhm.
I've been true to my brand all this while. And you might not see it in the beginning, but at the end, you see that it's worth it when you're your
Sure.
own person. Yeah.
Sure. And actually, it's funny you say that because you're definitely your own person, and your swag, like it's just so effortless on your social media. Let's just get into that part of it. Um,
Thank you.
it's actually just because have you always been like that, or you wanted to make sure that you're connecting with your fans and the people that this is
Always.
how you want to be. Tell me a
I've
bit about that. Have you
always
always been
been
like
like
that?
that. Well, I've always been like that growing up. When I was younger, I used to put on my brother's clothes. I used to like to wear baggies and wear tracksuits and
Mhm.
stuff and hang chains around my but even though I didn't understand it, but that
Mm,
was what my swag was like. And that's why my parents can't really complain because they knew I was always, that's the only thing they defend me for. When people say about try to tell her to dress like her, and they'd be like, she has always been like that. I've always been like that. But then when I grew up, I had to understand where that was coming from. I had to understand myself more, understand my body, understand the reason why I do the things that I do. So when you
sure.
better understand yourself, then you can explain it to other people when they ask, because everybody wants to know, why are you like this? Do you just want to be like, no, I just don't wake up, I want to be like it. There's a reason.
Sure.
It's just, is me, is in me, according to Pick. It's in you,
It's in you.
and then the thing is, while I am like this, there are people also that fall into this bracket that
Mm,
are still struggling to understand themselves,
yep.
struggling to understand who they are as individuals, what they want to look like. I had somebody call me up the other day and told me, you know what, you helped me understand myself a little bit more, but up till now, I'm not even sure who I am or who I was. But now I have a clearer picture. Those are the people I'm speaking to. You need to understand yourself. So you can, better understand your crowd, and also so people can relate to who you are by being true. So if I go with the crowd and I'm doing everything else, I'm sure I wouldn't exactly be able to tell my story properly. So I have to be who I am first to be able to interpret myself to other people.
Sure. Well, you do a great job at that. So let me just give that up to you there.
Thank you.
Congratulations, of course, on Confessions of a Rebel. Really,
Thank you.
really nice body of work. It's your debut body of work as well, actually.
Yes.
I know you spent some time trying to figure out the song selections as well to put on the EP. How did you decide on those special 6 songs for the EP? How was that process for you?
Well, that process was like the toughest process of working on the EP, because I recorded over 20 songs and all the songs were personal. So like they all made sense to me. Those were if I had a way, I would drop an entire album so the world would hear those songs, because each song had a story. But then now it all boils down to you need to pick. Initially, I wanted, in fact, it was going to be 7. But then the distribution company told me, no, 7 is too much. Just do 6, because some stores might reject 7 and all that stuff. So I was like, okay, I had to stick with 6. It even became harder. So, but we sat down. I had to go through A&R. I had 2 A&Rs vet these songs over and over again, and then they picked. But there were also some key songs there that no matter what, you guys can take anything out, but those ones had to stay. Songs like Rebel Kid, songs like Liberty and Company. Those songs were like untouchable for me. Like you can pick anything else, but those songs will go anywhere.
Sure. Yeah. And actually, I noticed it's given me quite grown vibes. Actually, the EP it's quite smooth, and you describe your sound as Afro vibes anyway.
Afro vibes. Yes.
Exactly. I'm going to go into that, but I wanted to just kind of speak a little bit about the Confessions of a Rebel Kid. You mentioned that it's quite quite personal, and one of the records that I noticed on there was a song called Bay, which you kind of you speak about personal matters on there, and you touch on some things. Hence, I know, and I've mentioned already, that you don't want to conform to society, and you talk about these things. What's important for you to speak about that record in particular, and make it part of your musical story, if you will? Why was it important for you to speak about that record?
Why did I choose Bay?
Yeah, why was it important, that record for you? It was a personal part, I feel, for you.
Yeah, it was.
Why was it important for you to put that on your record, on your body of work?
Well, first off, Bay was very well, let's even say the whole body of work, like I said, came from a place of my personal experiences and my personal struggles in the music scene, with my life, and with love. And I merged all of that, but because love is easily relatable for people to, when people are listening, they can easily relate to love. I put all those experiences into love songs and put it out there. But if you listen deeply, you could tell that I'm talking about personal experiences about something, might not necessarily be love. Now, in the situation with Bay, to be honest, Bay wasn't like a love interest, because Bay sounded like it was a love interest. Bay was a conversation that I had with music. I had with my time in music. It was a conversation with myself and music. There was a time when I was in between. I was, in between the rock and a hard place, and I was wondering, do I still have to be here? Do I still want to be here? I was talking to music like, I've done everything for you. I fought family for you. But you're not giving me back what I want, what I deserve. So it's like music and I had a long distance relationship. I wanted more, but it was the other person was saying, what, just hold on a little bit more, hold on a little tighter. So for me, since it was a conversation, I needed somebody that would, interpret it better for me. And also so people can, relate. That was me and music. That was, to be honest, that was clear cut, me and music having a conversation with myself. It got to a point, that was the point where I wanted to give up on music, So, and then I got Singer. I knew that Singer was going to be the best fit for the song. So I called on Singer and he told me, sure, why not? I sent him the verse. I did my own verse, sent him. And Singer just interpreted what was in my mind. He flew with the song. He flowed so tightly. It was like the best collab I've had just yet. It was so cool. And it made it easy for me. So that was Bay for me. Bay was that very special song. I needed people to know that sometimes it gets hard. You don't have it easy. Or, sometimes people just think that you have it easy all the time. You have it figured out. Those times, I didn't think I had it figured out. I was in between going back to practice law because I had my family calling me to tell me, I know this thing is not working. Come back home. We have a job waiting for you. And I had to tell music, do you want me as much as I want you? I've been here for you for all this while. Well, there's this distance between us. It's like the closer I get to you, the farther you are away from me. It's just terrible. So I just put it into a love song to better express myself.
Okay, because I was also I was sensing, because you referred to as a female as well in the lyrics as well. So I actually wanted to kind of, if you want to talk about it, that is, how that was, how can I put it, from a Nigerian background, from a Nigerian household, and that whole conforming and just being yourself and living in your truth. Was there any part of that you wanted to get out on the record, and how is that? Have you been open about that side of you?
No.
Or not really?
Honestly, I haven't, to be honest, I haven't been open about that for the longest. And I don't know. I think I know there's a reason why, even though I wouldn't want to go into deep details why. First off, the environment where we live in, how the country is, the situation, but also I feel like even if it was the other way around, I'll still be a private person. I'll still be private about stuff like that. Private about my relation, regardless. I'll still not want to come out and say, oh, hi, hey, I have a boyfriend. This is my boyfriend. We're doing stuff now, all that stuff. Yeah. So I think that also, that is the reason why that isn't out there yet, because I'm more of a private person. I like to keep my business private. If I want to let it out, I'll eventually let it out. But trust me, being the kind of person that I am in a society like Nigeria is not very easy. It's not very easy. You have to be cautious. You have to be careful, especially when you're in the public eye. You have to apply caution to everything you're doing, because they can smell you from 1,000 miles and they would ask you these questions. I have people asking me these questions every now and then. Physically, when people meet me, it's like that's the first thing. And I got to a point, I'm like, why should that form an opinion about me? Why should that be the first thing we talk about when we see? How about you ask me, hey, get to know me on a different level? Why is that? And the thing is that they ask to know for the wrong reasons, not for the right reasons. They're just asking to know, just for knowledge sake, so they can form an opinion. So I like to just keep that out of the way and do my thing.
Is it Awembo? How do you say Nosy Parker?
Amebo.
No, I'm joking.
Amebo.
You're
really learning our slangs. You're doing it well. It's Amebo.
I'm trying, dear. I'm trying. Oh my.
You're trying.
No, but honestly, I mean, if anything, the reason why I wanted to touch on that was really purely based on the fact that I think it's necessary to, be yourself, as you said, and also into your music, and anyone can feel empowered to feel okay within themselves. So
exactly.
That's kind of where I was going with that anyway. With your EP as well, there are some upbeats. Skills was one of the tracks that you kind of like dropped. Jeje. I was feeling that one.
Yes.
I was feeling that.
Yes.
How did that link up happen?
That link up happened first off. Skills and I linked up in 2019. Tora linked us up in 2019. We even did a song in 2019, but that song, I don't even know what happened to the song. We did a song the first night we met. It was a cool song. Yeah, so but now when we were done, Skills was not even in that EP. Skills was the only feature I had on the EP was Singer, which is the Bay song. That's the only song. That's the only person I had on. And then when it was time for us to do A and Aru and vet him, the A and Aru guy said, oh, this song sounds like a song that Skills would do good with, like his voice would sit on it. I'm like, oh, Skills is my guy. Let me just, hit him up, even though I haven't done that in a long time. So I went to his Instagram, DM'd him, and he responded almost immediately. I told him, hey, I have this song. Would you want to jump on it? And he said, yeah, sure, send it to me. Sent it to him. He comes and say, babe, this song is fire. Come to the studio. That was the next day. And this was like 2 days for, 2 days for us to submit for distribution. It was short. That was the last thing to do. It was just the final stage. Wow. So we took it to Skills, recorded it that day, rushed it back to the mix engineer. He touched it up, and then that was how we got Skills on the song.
And then completed.
Yeah.
Actually, it's quite funny because you mentioned about him being the second feature on the EP, and I wanted to touch on that, especially not even just a woman's perspective. I think it's nice and it's important that when artists come out as well, they don't have much featured on there, because you get to hear your body of work and what you do. And was that something that you were conscious about when you came up and when you were thinking about what you're going to put on song-wise? Was that something you thought about?
Yes, it is something I thought about. First, I wanted that EP to be totally me, my story, myself, just talk about it. But the team, everybody has to think, everybody brings in their input. Everybody has a different opinion of what they think it should be. Even though I did have a stronghold on, you know what, I want myself in, I want to be here. But if it was, I feel Skills, because he's good peoples with me, like Wakub, and he understands my mind space, he understands music. I felt like that song was just, in fact, there was another option. There was a song there, Company. They wanted a feature on Company. And I said, no, Company cannot be a feature. The song, like, I had songs there that couldn't be a feature. Yeah. Songs like Rebel Kid, Company, it couldn't be a feature. Like, that one is just me. I don't want to, no one would be able to tell the story as much as I, did to the song. So there were songs that were like, they were untouchable. No features, please, no matter whom, no features, please. So, but I did want it to be just myself since it was my debut. But, team said, okay, let's get someone in it. And it wasn't, it wasn't bad business having Skills as singer in there. So,
And is there anything, bringing it back to females in the Afro scene, what have you noticed? Because for me, I know that, like you mentioned earlier as well, there's a lot more females in the games, particularly now. Actually, there's so many varieties of different singers and rappers, and they bring their to it. Is there anyone that you kind of gravitate to a bit more, or you've kind of looked up to a little bit more than others in the scene at the minute, or not so much? You're kind of more.
Well, before I came into the music, before I came into the scene full time, and stayed around these people, met these people, there were a couple of people that I did look up to. People like Tiwa Savage, people like Tenny, particularly because Tenny and I feel like we're like almost the same kind of people. We're not mainstream females, but there's potential, there's value. So when Tenny broke out, I was the happiest person for her. I was like, oh, I wanted to be like the first female that would do this thing that Tenny is doing right now, not them Tiwa, not them Yemi Alade. But when Tenny did, I was like, God, she did it for the culture. I went and sent her a DM. I told her, you know what? I appreciate you for being the first of our kind to do something like this. And I really, even though she never really like saw the message, but I was like, you know what, one day when she and I have a
single... saw the message.
No, she I'm like, I used to be like, one day we're going to meet. I was like, one day we'll meet and we'll, but when you come into the place and you see how things are, man, I don't even know. It's that's all I can say.
That's so funny. Oh gosh.
That's all I can say, man.
Great. No, that's great.
Industry is crazy. There's a lot of competition, even though it's not needed. There's so much competition. Like Tenny and I are like two different. Yes, we kind of like share that our branding is almost the same, but we're two different people. Tenny is very energetic. I'm calm. I'm a very calm person. Tenny has all the energy. So it's like fire and ice. I don't see me like dragging a spot with her. She has a crowd. I have mine, but women in the industry, we do not collaborate. I had my listening party and I sent invites to almost everybody. The only females that were in that show was basically my sister, Tora, and one other stylist. The rest that turned up were guys. Wow. Because the guys support more than the women do. And every time the same people would preach the same message and say women supporting women. That's crap. Trust me, it's not happening. They're only saying it with their mouth. Ain't nobody supporting nobody. It's the truth. We go to conferences. I've sat in the same spot with Tiwa and all of them and the likes, and we've sat down, we've talked about the same thing. There was a meeting, Becca from Ghana called all the female artists together. We had a meeting one day, we had a dinner, and we're talking about these issues. Like, we shouldn't be seeing each other as competition. Rather, we should be, you know how the guys do it. The guys do bro, you know, and before you know it, they have a collaboration. That's why the guys blow faster than the women do. Because when they see one guy coming up, 4 of them have joined hands together. Before you know it, that guy is a superstar already. 100%. And it doesn't hurt nobody. Support doesn't hurt nobody. But the females, it's like there's just something that's not sitting right, especially in our industry. And it's affecting everybody. We can't be friends. And it's so sad. It's so sad that we can't be friends. So you see us hanging, we hang with the guys even more. The reason is because the guys don't have a problem. Ain't nobody seeing you as competition. They're trying to help you. You see, the guys would rather, the people who have supported me in this industry are mostly men, I'm sorry, and it's the truth. Look at Skills. Skills supported me without asking for nothing. He didn't ask for a dime. He did it, and he did more than just support me. And he did because he had true love for me, you know? That's something that a female cannot do for another female. And I keep wondering why. It's so sad. It's so sad. So really, I don't even know. I can't say I'm looking up to anybody, because that thing is it's a big word. It's to carry somebody and keep as your idol. That means you're copying. When you're looking up to somebody, there's some certain things that the person is influencing you with. So I now take somebody and I'm looking up to the person. Do I want to look up to somebody who's not supporting other people? I want to support other people. 100%. If I see any female so I'm really not. I'm looking up to God.
You went in with that answer, so I can't even ask for anything more. You rounded it very well. I think what you're saying is that there just needs to be that kind of like bromance that you see with men.
Sister love, unity, something. Yeah, exactly.
I hear that, and you're actually quite right, because I don't see that many collabs when it comes to.
It's not here. It doesn't happen.
We need to get on.
We need to hit on that. Yeah.
For sure. You mentioned Skills actually just a moment ago. It's funny because you came up with the antidote challenge.
Yeah.
I wanted to speak to it. First and foremost, when I tried that challenge, I failed, miserably.
Oh, you failed? You don't say.
The next time it worked. I don't know what happened, but I failed. But I was gonna ask you though. How do you think, with challenges and with the social media aspect of music, how do you think that's changed the way music is pushed? Because it wasn't like this before. It wasn't like this before. And how is it? Do you think it's a good thing that it's like this now, or do you think that actually it works with the times? What's your thoughts on it?
Well, my thoughts, it goes both ways, like back in the days when when people release music, it was in CD, when there was no social media. You go to CDs, I think there was just one format. Make your music, take it to Alaba market, find a distributor, he buys off your music, and you've made money. And then he distributes the music because he wants to make his money back. So that was like, it was just one straight way out. Now we have social media, and now we have the absence of CDs. Hardly before you see anybody doing CDs anymore. And now people have to stream music. Now let's come to Nigeria. Do Nigerians stream music? The answer is no, only a few do. Because Nigerians, we like awoof. Nigerians like free things. That's why you see most musicians, it's the truth.
Okay, go on.
Most music, if you check the stats, the highest numbers you see on the musician streams come from Audiomack. You know why? Because Audiomack is free. You see a musician has 100 million streams in a project, and 60 million streams came from Audiomack. Maybe 10 million from Apple Music, 10 from Spotify, and then everything else, YouTube and all. But the majority comes from Audiomack because Audiomack is absolutely free. And that's what Nigerians are looking for. Nigerians will rather download music or go to somebody's shop and say, oh, you know what, you get this music, share them for me now and do this. So we haven't gotten to that point of, oh, this is how we are supporting our artists by streaming their music. We haven't gotten to that point yet. So most Nigerian musicians, most of them that are making money are making it from outside. So if you haven't blown to the extent that you have a global crowd, you're going to have low streaming. You're going to have low streams, low numbers. You know, your songs might not do numbers because Nigerians will not stream it. But so far so good. The presence of social media has helped with a lot of discovery. Also, it has helped with connecting to your idol. So right now you can just go. I can still tell you the pros and cons of that, but still it's a good thing in a way that, yes, many talents have been discovered off social media. I was listening to Don Jazzy talk about how he discovered Ira Star, and it was on social media. Yeah, she posted a cover. He went there, liked it, and then hit her up. So now social media is a free place. You don't have to pay to post your stuff. Just put it out there, and then just keep, now the presence of ads. Just throw a little money, and then a few more people will see your stuff, and that's just how it is. And over time, we've seen how many people have gotten discovered over social media. But also, it is bad in the sense that sometimes people judge you by your social media presence. Say, an artist might be doing really well. I'll use Singer, for example. Singer is not exactly popping on social media, but dude is doing numbers. He's doing actual numbers in his streaming platforms. He goes for shows more than some Nigerian artists who are popping on the media.
Who did you say? Sorry?
Singer.
Oh, Singer. Okay, sorry.
Yes. If you go to his YouTube, you see he has millions of streams. He has a very strong fan base, but he's barely up to I don't know if he's up to 200k followers on Instagram. But most people judge, how well an artist is doing by all of that, your figures on social media. So it's good and bad. It depends on what the context.
What the content is, yeah. No, that makes complete sense. No, it's great. It's really great when catching up with you. And I want you to kind of just in one word, just describe who the rebel kid is. What is that word that comes to mind when you want to define yourself? And what's next as well? What's next as well for you? 2 questions.
Well, when you want to define me in one word, I'm just a non-conformist. You just know that this one is a non-conformist.
Okay.
I'm different. You can say unique. You can say different. You can say special. I'm a special. I'm a rare kind of special. Yeah, I like special too. I'm a rare kind of special. And what's next for me moving forward is, I'm still promoting the EP. I think there's going to be 2 more videos. I'm not sure yet, but I think there's going to be 2 videos for the feature with singer Bay. Bay is going to have a video.
Yay!
And Bay is going to have a video. And then Rebel Kid is going to have a video too, because that Rebel Kid is almost like an anthem. It's an anthem for the Rebel Kids. So I want to be able to express myself visually so people can, understand the song, a little bit more. And then also, let's say, maybe towards the beginning of the second half of the year, there should be a single, and maybe I'm working towards a big collaboration, and a single, and probably another EP before the end of the year.
Okay.
We'll see.
You're giving us some work. Okay, that sounds nice.
Yes, that's work.
Before I leave, I always like to play a little sweet game with my guests, just kind of make it a bit fun. And of course, I'm hoping you're a rebel kid, so I'm hoping you won't have a problem playing this game.
Let's see.
So the show is called Your Mid-Morning Fix with Becks, obviously. But this is called What's Your Fix? And you've got 2 choices. It's similar to, Would You Rather? I give you 2 choices and you have to choose one. Please don't pass all. And that's
okay.
Okay, and that's literally it. That's it.
Okay.
So
all right, let's go.
Question. I've seen that you really can't live without your earrings and your glasses, which I can't see on you today. So
yes, I started the video before. It's just right there. I've been wanting to reach out for it.
Oh,
I've just been
really?
unable to. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So in that case, in that case, glasses or earrings, which one will you go for?
Glasses, please.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They are medicated, so I really need to. It's because the phone is closed. If I was using the system, I would need those glasses. I'm
Oh,
short-sighted,
okay.
so yeah. So I
Okay.
need the
Okay.
glasses.
Okay. No problem. No problem. Okay. I asked this question, but I don't know whether I'm going to get an answer for this one. Davido or Burna Boy?
Burna boy.
Okay. See, this is what I like. I like it when females just, I asked a guy this question and he didn't want to ask. He didn't want to answer.
Yeah, I know why. Burna boy, please.
Like, okay. And I like even the way you said please, just to add. Okay. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. This one now is we're coming to the food. So, do you like pounded yam or would you prefer amala?
Pounded yam.
Okay. That's sure.
Pounded yam.
When it comes to, holiday vacation, are you like a sporting activity type girl, or are you, relaxed by the sea beach style? What are you going with?
Relax by the sea, beach style, please. Going to vacation to go and play sports. For what? Can't relax.
No, but you've got those sporting ones where they want to go hiking, they want to go do stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, nah. Me, I just want to relax by the sea, I beg. I
Sure,
just want to chill.
sure. I get that. And then the last one that I'm going to go with here is: are you going to go for if you're driving now? So it's Tesla or you're going to go for a Ferrari? Which one are you going for?
Tesla.
Oh, do you know what? I find it funny, because everyone seems to love this Tesla. I'm not really a fan of these Teslas, I'm just going to be
I
honest.
love the car. I just saw, see, I love sport cars. That Tesla, when I saw it, like just recently, I had to go Google the car so I could look at the features and all. I'm like, no, this is the car. This is the car for me. Tesla,
Amen.
please.
By the grace of God, amen. You're going to
By the grace of God. Amen.
great chatting to you and getting to know you a bit better.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I really can't wait to hear some more music from you. It's been fantastic.
Thank you.
Getting to know you a little bit more, and I just play all your music on my show, and can't wait.
Thank you.
Well,
thank you
very
so
much for
much.
joining me on the Mid Morning Fix.
Thank you, Miss Becks.
It's been a pleasure.